Well, we did it. We hit four digits, 1,000 subscribers on the channel. I want to give a huge thank you to you all for keeping up the support, for subscribing, for liking the videos. Yeah, it's been great. So, as promised, I'm gonna do a Q&A. I've collected some of your questions. We got a lot more than I thought we would have. So, yeah, I'm really excited to start answering them. This video is going to be pretty chill. I'm not going to have any script for it, so I might pause or stutter a little bit. Sorry for that. But yeah, it's just going to be pretty chill. And I'm going to throw some background footage, just whatever I can find. It might be Skyrim, it might be some other games, but yeah. Also, one more thing to note is that YouTube gives me like your channel tag instead of the channel name for the comments in YouTube Studio. So I'm just going to be using that to sort of tell you who's been submitting questions. So, yeah, we start off this with a question by Gaming Brothers 1699. What build do you normally go for, or do you go for an all-around character build? I don't really have a normal build that I go for, but I say my favorite build that I've ever done, which is I guess would be what I would go for, would be the all conjuration build that I did. I just thought that was so much fun, especially with the new Creation Club stuff that they had for that School of Magic. It's just so much fun, just spawning in enemies, letting them fight, watching them, and even with the bound weapons and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Definitely my favorite School of Magic, and definitely my favorite build, was just to use all conjuration. So, yeah. For the second question, we have question by GingerGuy43. How many poisonous enemies can you name off the top of your head? Now, this is, of course, in reference to one of my videos, the last video I made, where I mentioned I couldn't even name 5 off the top of my head. And that's still true. I can't even name 5. I know that the frostbite spiders, they do poison damage, I think. Then the Falmer, and then like the Falmer pets that they have, like the insects that they have in there, in the caves. That's really like it. I can't think of too many enemies with that does poison damage. Maybe something will pop into my head later, but yeah, there really aren't too many, which is why I thought that perk, Snake Blood, I think it was pretty bad. So yeah. We have another question here by Ballooned Raccoon 2503. Do you remember your first playthrough in Skyrim, the first boot up of the game? I really don't, but I do remember. I guess my first Skyrim memory was I would always watch my dad play this game. I used to be, into castles and knights and medieval weapons. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And it's like, and I just saw my dad playing this game one day, and I just watched it with him, and I thought that was so cool. And then I guess when I got older, and I started playing games on my own, I gravitated towards Skyrim, and it's just I just kept playing it from then on. So yeah, that's a good question. Thank you for that. So I guess next up I have probably my favorite question by MinnoTF. If you were trapped in a room with 1 million bald guys who all wanted to kill you, how many bald man's heads could you slap before they killed you? So this question made me crack up a lot, but I'm going to answer this as truthfully and as honestly as I possibly can. So we're going to make some assumptions here. We're just going to assume I'm in like the middle of the room and they're all surrounding me, right? I think that's how that's going down. And I'm assuming that they're all like similar height, right? So I don't want to have to like jump up for some people or. So what I would do is I would hold my arms out, spin like a Beyblade, do a full rotation so I hit them, so I hit every person next to me, and then I would I'd probably jump, lunge in one direction, try to get a couple. I could probably get like 3 or 4 that way. And then I guess as I'm going down, because they're gonna like tackle me, I can maybe get one more. So I'm guessing maybe around like 15-ish. That's my truthful and honest answer to this question. It's a good one though. Thank you. So the next question is from Untitled Kirk, and he asked, "Do you have a favorite music track from the Skyrim official soundtrack? My personal favorite is Skyrim Atmospheres or maybe Secunda." I actually didn't even think about it before reading this question, but I did, listen to it. And there are some good ones. I think my favorite just has to be Kind's Peace. It's just a really good one to just relax to, just to close your eyes and just fall asleep to. It's a really good soundtrack. Or sorry, really good music track. But it's a great one. Skyrim is just filled with so many good songs. They did a good job with it, I think. But definitely, Secunda was really good too. I like that one as well. Yeah, thanks for the question. Let's go to the next one. And the next question by Kulefi9233. Sorry if I mispronounced that. He asked, the Emperor or the Stormcloaks? I would, the way I think about it, there are, this is the ultimate question, right? But the way I think about it is that both sides have good and bad things, I think. The Stormcloaks, they value, freedom of religion. I think that's important. While the Imperials, they're, not racists, which I also think is important. But then I guess you sort of have to bring it down to what's going to be the best for Skyrim and what's going to be best for the people. And I really think that the Empire has just more resources. They have more support. I think more people love the Empire more than they do the Stormcloaks, just in general. And I think they have the tools necessary to defeat the Aldemary Dominion. I think that's what they are, right? The elves. Yeah, I think that they're just gonna be better at that. And you could also, for the other side, you could also hold the grudge if they try to cut your head off, right? And that's a reason to side with the Stormcloaks. But I think that the Empire is just gonna be the best for Skyrim and best for the people, which is why I normally go for them on my playthroughs. But I also like how all the hold guards keep their colors and they're all color coded to the city they're protecting. I think that's just cool, and you keep that if you side with the Imperials. So I guess it's just another reason why I side with them on most playthroughs. Thank you for the question. So the next question is by an account named FUtube 10.24. Some guys got beef with YouTube, man. And his question is, how old were you when Skyrim came out, and why do you still play it all these years later? I don't know exactly how old I was. I don't really care to do the math, but I was pretty young. I was in elementary school when it came out. And why do I still play it all these years later? It's a game with such replayability. I mean, there's so many different things you can do. You can change the way you build your character. Mages, archery, warrior, a combination of all three. And then there's choices you can make in the game, be a werewolf, be a vampire, join the Stormcloaks, Imperials, destroy the Dark Brotherhood, join them. There are just so many different things in the game that you can do differently. That I think the replay value has just stayed the same. And then when I used to use a lot of mods, that was another reason to keep playing. When I used to use them, I don't really use them that much anymore. But yeah, and then this YouTube channel has obviously contributed to me playing this game a lot more, in a good way. I really enjoy it. So, yeah, it's great. And I guess also along with all the content that's come out for the Legendary edition of the game, yeah, that's been keeping me pretty busy going through all that. So, thanks for the question. So this next question is from Alta Balder, and he asked, do you plan on making videos on mods specifically? I know Skyrim has a lot to offer already, but I'd love to see you talk about mods like Ordinator perks. I'm not sure if you're into mods at all, though. I'm open to that. I really do want to explore mods that are actually really good. Because, I used to download just silly, goofy mods that sort of made Skyrim really weird. But I don't do that much anymore. But if there are some actually really good mods that are, high quality, I would love to check them out. you gotta, I guess, leave them in the comments down below. Some good mods, and make sure that they're compatible for Xbox, because I know they're a little limited. But make sure they're on the Xbox mod page. And yeah, I think that'd be really cool. If that's something people want to see, or me, trying out mods for the first time or something like that. My first impression with mods, or even going as far as to reviewing them and seeing if they're worth downloading. I think that's definitely possible, but I need to hear your suggestions because I don't know what mods are good or bad. So yeah, thanks for the question. It's definitely something I'll consider. So the next question is from GRA728, and he asked, "Where are you from, and did you expect to get a follower from the Middle East?" I'm from the United States, so yeah, just America. Did you expect to get a follower from the Middle East? Obviously, I didn't expect anything. I didn't expect people to watch these videos when I make them. But I think it's really cool. It's a cool thing about YouTube. Even though our community is only 1,000 strong, it's still 1,000 people from all over the world. And it just baffles me to see on YouTube Analytics or YouTube Studio app where people are watching my videos, to see them in completely different continents. I think that's just pretty cool. You don't get that anywhere else, really. All right, thanks for that question. On to the next one by Aaron Trook Gaming 7868, and he asked, first, can I be your editor? Second, can I game with you? Third, where do you think the channel's going? And he also asked me where I live. I'm not going to answer that. I don't want to disclose something like that. But I can definitely answer these first three parts of your question. With first, can I be your editor? The thing is with that is YouTube is still a hobby to me. It's still something I do in my free time, and haven't even made any money off of it so far. I'm just now applying to be a part of the YouTube program for that, to monetize videos. But yeah, so there are a few problems with that. First of all, I can't pay you. There's nothing I can really pay you for that. And second, it's still something I really enjoy as being a YouTuber. Second, can I game with you? I guess maybe later. Right now I'm in college. I don't have anything to game with. I didn't bring an Xbox. All of my footage that I recorded for videos have been pre-recorded. So yeah, not really something I can do now. And third, where do you think the channel is going? I guess that sort of means what content I want to sort of do next. And I want to do more Bethesda games. Skyrim is great, and I'm always going to make content on Skyrim. But there's some other Bethesda games out there that I'm really looking at. Maybe like Fallout. Although that's been done to death, I think, on YouTube. Really, every Bethesda game has. But yeah, I think something like some more Bethesda games would be great. I'm thinking I could maybe do a couple mobile games. They're pretty easy for me to record right now. I was thinking maybe I'd try out Elder Scrolls Blades for the first time and record that for my channel. I've never played that. I heard it wasn't the best, but it might be worth a shot. Yeah. So I don't. Besides that, I really don't know where the channel is going. But I'm just gonna still upload content just with ideas that I think about. That's really what I got for that. So thanks for the question, Aaron, and yeah. So the next question is from Amira Carter. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. And the question is, what do you think of new location mods like Beyond Skyrim, Clockwork Castle, Falscar, and so on? I haven't really played too many of them. I think I played Beyond Skyrim, and that was pretty good. It was just laggy on Xbox, I think, but it was pretty good, I guess. But I haven't really tried out too many of those other mods that you mentioned. So, that's, I guess, sort of my opinion. But thanks for the question. I really appreciate it. The next question is from the Dead Noob 9341, and the question is, what is your favorite Skyrim race and player home? I at least assume you mean a Skyrim race, right? That'd be But I don't really have a favorite Skyrim race. I think it really depends on the build that I'm trying to make, obviously. I think the one I play the most is, High Elf or Wood Elf. Sometimes Nord, right? I'll play a lot of Nord for that frost resistance. And Orc. Orc is something I do play a lot because they're a lot of fun for warrior builds. But yeah, and player home. I think in the vanilla game, I think honestly like Winstead Manor. That's the one. That's one of them you can like build on your own. I think it's the one you get from Morthal. Um, and it's one that you sort of build on your own, and I think it's just really good. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the scenery around it, but Breeze Home is also pretty good. I think it's my favorite like in the city player home. Yeah. So that's my opinion on that. Thanks for your question. So the last question is from Braxton Burcham. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I think that's a pretty good one to end it on. Good Star Wars meme never gets old. Um, Thank you for sending that. I actually haven't, if there is one, but that's a good one. All right, guys, thanks for watching this Q&A. I want to give one more big thank you to all 1,000 of you who've subscribed to the channel. It means a lot to me, and it wasn't too long ago that I was celebrating getting 100 subscribers, and now we're already tenfold, which I think is just so cool. But yeah, I really appreciate to all the people who have watched my channel, and yeah, have a good one.